other side. Go the other side.
Back over.
How about Argentina?
Questo è buono.
Do better.
This is kind of fun.
Go the other side, the other side.
Non è so perché perde la foto.
Wait a second. You're not taking
Reach up in the air, splashing waves in your hair. Everyone loves Marineland. The falls of Ontario. It's always a fun place to go. See your friends you miss, a great big kiss. Everyone loves Marineland.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our indoor aquarium. We're starting off today working with our northern gray seal. This is Jack. Now Jack hails all the way from Iceland. He's the world's only performing gray seal. That's basically because gray seals just don't do very much. Now throughout our show we're going to be pointing out many of the differences between sea lions and seals. They're very different, though many people do confuse the two species. One of the major differences is the structure of their front flippers. The seals have very short front flippers with 5 sharp claws on the end. Now they use those claws to tear apart the fish that they eat, as Jack is doing right now, and they also use them in their native Arctic homeland to help them climb up on the ice floes. Now as soon as Jack is done making a complete mess of that herring and giving us back the head, there's a good look at Jack's front flippers. You can see the bear-like claws on the end. Now we're going to be looking at Jack's facial features. He has a big horse-like head with short whiskers, big round eyes, and tiny holes for ears on the side of his head. The seal doesn't have an external ear flap like their cousin, the sea lion. Now Jack also has a very large nose, as do all male gray seals, and he's quite proud of his nose. He'd like to take time out to show it to you now. Where's your nose, Jack? Where's that nose of yours? There it is right there. And now you're in for a real treat. Jack is going to tune up and sing the mating call of the northern gray seal. And after 20 years, he's still a bachelor. Now, seals aren't known for their balancing abilities, but Paige tells me that Jack can balance the ball on his nose and roll over at the same time. So we're going to put Jack to the test. Jack, you forgot the ball. Get back here. There we go. He's got... Oh, you want to try that again, Paige? All right, one more try for Jack. Balancing the ball and completing it. He can roll over. All right, here's Jack rolling all the... He's stuck. You're going to give him a push. Paige, I don't think that's going to help. He weighs over 500 pounds. Jack, now tell me something. You can't even complete a rollover or balance a ball, can you? I didn't think so. Well, he can't balance and he can't roll over, but there is one thing Jack does do very well. Eats. Jack eats about 30 pounds of fish every day. And Jack, where does that fish go to? Where'd your fish go, Jack? That's right there in that big belly of his. Now there's one more thing we'd like to show you about a seal, and that's their unique rear flippers. They don't use those rear flippers at all on land. They only use them when they're swimming through the water, where they fan out like that and swing from side to side. That's actually what propels the seal through the water. That's about it for Jack, but before he heads backstage, a big wave goodbye from our northern gray seal, Jack. Now watch carefully as Jack leaves. You'll see how he moves. It's a lot like a big caterpillar the way he pulls himself along. Next we're going to be introducing you to Jack's cousin, the California sea lion, and you'll notice that they're very different from a seal as soon as they make their way out here. We're going to point out a lot of those differences to you throughout our show. Here they come now, joining us on stage with a big wave hello, the California sea lion. And now it's time for a formal introduction to these two. As soon as Splash Thunder comes out of the pool, that is. Come on back up on your seat, Thunder. There we go. Now we'll introduce to you Splash first, and over here with myself is Thunder. Now these two are sleeping backstage, and I don't think they're awake yet, so we're going to ask them to come to the edge of the pool and wash their faces. We'll see if we can wake them up a bit.
There are strangers in our tub. I don't know where they came from. Splishing and splashing, swimming and playing.
Alright, I think they're awake now. Now hold on, Splash, not that end. Get up on your seat. But now that they've washed their faces, of course we have to dry them off a little bit. We've brought a towel out here with us, so Paige, why don't you take a second and dry Splash off. There, that looks good. Alright, I'll dry Thunder off now. There we go. Now, oh, you missed his flipper pit. You better get that. There we go. Now we'll be calling on... They'll get the other one too, apparently. You better get that. Now Splash, is there anywhere else, or is that it? I think we'll let that spot air dry. We're going to be calling on Splash now to tune up and do some sea lion singing for us. And a sound he's very proud of. Now Thunder's our master impressionist here at Marineland, and right now he'd like to give us his impersonation of a seal singing. Thunder?
Listen to a story about a seal named Jack. I don't want to say this, but I think it's pretty fat. It's okay.
He does not sing like that. That's
Well, it looks like Thunder's still a little sleepy, so we're going to be having him go back up into the locker room, and we'll continue on with Splash. As soon as Dave gets out here he is now.
Alright, now we're going to point out the facial features of the California sea lion. They have a very dog-like head, as you can see, and they do have the tiny external ear flap on the side of their head. If you remember, Jack just had tiny pinholes for ears. Sea lions also have very long whiskers, and these whiskers are very useful to the California sea lion. They help them when they're navigating through murky water, and they also help them to balance objects. Watch Splash's whiskers flare out on his way back to his seat. Nicely done, Splash. Now another difference between the sea lion and the seal is the front flippers. Remember, Jack had very short front flippers. You look at the sea lions, they're very long and broad, and they can balance their entire body weight on only the front flippers. Now, sea lions are also known to have an amazing self-control. So to display this, we're going to perform a little experiment with Splash today. Paige is going to place that fish in Splash's mouth. Then we're going to turn our backs and count to 5, and he's going to hold the fish there the entire time. You ready, Paige? All right, here we go. He's got the fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that's amazing, Paige. Paige, that is pretty incredible, but Paige, she cheated. Yeah, he cheated. Did you cheat, Splash? Sea lions never lie either, apparently. Well, we're going to call on Splash now to come down and show us how flexible a California sea lion is as he touches his nose to his tail. Now you'll notice that sea lions are very agile animals both on land and in the water. Now we'll call on Splash to come down and show us how a California sea lion moves.